Yeah.
I already talked a little bit about the drama happening within like the gaming camps right now, like Expedition 33 versus Ark Raiders, which I think it's so unnecessary. Everyone is praising Expedition 33, and then there's people praising Ark Raiders, and all I'm sitting and thinking about is, why are we fighting and sending hate each other when for a while there we had shit games after shit game? But now, like, are we this bored that now we're trying to eat ourselves alive? Like, I don't understand that. And what the most surprising part for me was that it came from Shroud in instigating the whole in between camp fighting. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 will win Game of the Year unless Game Journals AstroTurf Ghost of Nobai. Okay, I don't think I'm not a fan of this title, and Game of the Year is a shit show. Do not pay attention to anyone who wins Game of the Year. I just really hate what's happening like inside. Like we were all laughing at the people who left Twitter and went onto Blue Sky and they started fighting each other, but now we are those people. And it's sad and pathetic and how people are not embarrassed for that. Like they're acting like the Blue Sky people who were cannibalizing themselves. Now we are the Blue Sky people.
Do not let that Expedition game win Game of the Year. Do not let it. Absolutely do not. We all have to band together.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
And I already see people saying stuff like, well, it's there must be more context to it. He probably didn't mean it. I mean, he said it point out blank. Come on.
What is up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the charmingly churlish Dr. Disaster, and Ark Raiders has been an extremely impressive release. They consistently keep hitting 300,000 concurrent players at its daily peak on Steam despite being a week old, and at its max, the game hit a whopping 350,000 concurrent players. People really seem to like this game.
I know, I am pretty.
And again, this game genuinely having a player base like that, and it's a pay to play game, it's impressive. It genuinely is. But I will say the same thing as I said when I was talking about Duck Off. I will wait until the whole hype has died down. And the hype I'm talking about is where the company pays streamers to hype the game on stream. I'm gonna wait for it to die down and then I'll look at the numbers. And then I'm gonna look at the numbers on Steam. Then I'm gonna look at the numbers on Twitch. If you go by these numbers, Assassin's Creed Shadow was a top contender too with the top streamers. But in reality, they were doing a paid sponsorship stream.
Amazing.
For cripe's sake, the game is estimated to have already sold 2 million copies, and I haven't purchased it yet
That's
myself,
impressive.
but the gameplay for Ark seems pretty alright, so I don't want anyone to get the impression that I have anything against Ark Raiders, but there has been talk about this game getting a late push as the game of the year, and based on what I've seen of the game thus far, all I can say is,
I don't think so.
no, as far as I'm concerned, there is really only one choice for a Game of the Year award, and any other choice is just delusional. And speaking of delusional, no.
Well, do I think Expedition 33 was the most unexpected game of this year? 100%. I think it was definitely. I already had pretty high expectations from the team since I saw it, and I've been talking about it like months and months before it even came out. But even then, it kind of blew me away. This is the first time where I truly, from start to end, played the game every single day up until fully finishing it. Especially considering it was a turn based combat, which I normally avoid like the plague. There's like what, two games where I'm enjoying it. It was Expedition 33 and Digimon.
Also, this is one of the first games that I've seen and played that was very well optimized for Unreal Engine 5
Mhm.
because we've noticed and we had more context as the developer of Unreal Engine 5 came out. He came out and said that people who are developing games with their engine are just bad.
I played it on the lowest possible settings, and it still looked like I'm playing on high quality, which kind of blew me away too. And it ran smoothly.
Ghost of Yotei fans, the logical choice for Game of the Year is definitely not you. And I don't want to see all of you insane Assassin's Creed Shadow shills celebrating either, because your asses are about as far from the conversation as it gets. Schedule 1 belongs in the conversation for Game of the Year before Shadows.
I mean, yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
hey, what's going on?
No,
What
in
is
my
going
view,
on there?
if these gaming award shows want even a shred of legitimacy, then the Game of the Year simply must be Claire Obscure Expedition 33. The story was incredible, the soundtrack was incredible, the acting was incredible,
Yeah.
and the gameplay was also incredible.
The gameplay was incredible. The different layers to the game were incredible. The battle was incredible. The skills were incredible. I think this was like the first game where I actually cried while playing it on stream. This game will hit you in the gut with a vengeance. And I avoid tearjerker shit. I avoid the movies, I avoid the games, the shows that have tearjerkers, but this shit got me.
The soundtrack is phenomenal.
Hmm.
Like it's packed. This is literally the whole thing of the music moves you. It moves
Mhm.
with the world.
Yeah. And also, they are releasing an art book for the game, which I am so excited about. They already confirmed it. Expedition 33 proves that devs are being super lazy with the Unreal Engine, and it also proves that Square Enix is so full of crap when they said that people don't want a turn based RPG. I'd love to see it. Of course, people will always lie when to justify their laziness.
As they added some nifty wrinkles to turn-based combat. There are a few names that I would at least be willing to listen to for potentially being Game of the Year, most notably Hollow Knight Silksong
Yeah.
and Donkey Kong Bonanza.
No.
But as I said, there is a push from folks to try to get Ark Raiders dragged across the finish line. Most notably, it is coming here from Shroud, who really doesn't want Claire Obscure to win.
Do not let that Expedition game win Game of the Year.
And you're gonna fail. And you're gonna fail. And you're gonna fail.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so
I cannot wait for the expansion that they're releasing. A whole new map, whole new bosses. I'm so excited about it.
make sure you look into that. And also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. And if you want to help keep the lights on, consider becoming a member of the channel for as little as $5 per month. But alright, I really felt like responding to this idea that Claire Obscure should not be allowed to win in favor of Ark Raiders. Like I said, I don't have anything against Ark Raiders, and by the way, I don't have anything against Shroud either. He's entitled to his opinion, and I have mine. It's fine. And Ark Raiders...
Yeah, no, he's entitled to his opinion, but when that opinion is that multiplayer gamers are the most oppressed gamers, I think at that point you have to look at yourself and reconsider what the hell you're even spewing. I'm mostly a multiplayer gamer. I love shooters, I love online games. I'm part of the problem. But at least I'm not this delusional thinking that multiplayer games and gamers are underrepresented. That's so goofy. That is so goofy. Yeah, someone even posted this. Underrepresented, by the way. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, And these are just like the FPS games. There's also multiplayer games like MMORPG games, also another millions and millions of players. That's what I'm saying. Like saying multiplayer gamers are underrepresented is the most goofiest thing ever.
Looks good, but my short list for viable contenders for Game of the Year are Clair Obscur, of course, Hollow Knight, and Donkey Kong. I've played all three of them, and they were all great in their own way, but Clair Obscur is heads and shoulders above the competition. It's amazing how much epic they were able to pack into a small AA game made by people who had never made their own game before. And then, when you consider that Clair was released for only $50 when games of that magnitude of awesome usually.
And by the way, no hate towards Astrobot. They won last year, Game of the Year. No one fucking gives a shit about the game anymore. The second it won. But people are still talking about Black Myth.
Cost 70 or even 80 these days, it is just mind-blowing. If this were made by the likes of Ubisoft or EA or something like that, they would have spent hundreds of millions of dollars putting Clair Obscur together, and it would have come out as a much shoddier product at the end, because the artistry and vision would have been lost among all the hundreds of developers that would have been working on it. If nothing else, the success of Clair Obscur really highlights the effectiveness of a sleek, lean studio with a unified vision. But I'll get off.
You know what's creepy about Expedition 33? If you look at the voice actors and compare them to the characters, they actually kind of look like the characters. Kind of creepy.
Off their nuts for a second here. If you've played the game, then you probably don't need any convincing. But let's look at the clip from Shroud that has been going around where he seems to think that this game should not be allowed to win.
Dude, we got to make sure that this game wins Game of the Year, by the way. Do not let that Expedition game win Game of the Year. Do not let it. Absolutely do not. We all have to band together to make this game win. Us multiplayer gamers are the minority, okay?
And this is what I mean by so freaking goofy. This is such a joke. There's so many multiplayer games coming out every freaking year that a lot of us play. And again, I'm saying it because I am part of the problem. I am a mass consumer of multiplayer games and FPS games. I am part of the problem. But how often do we get a truly masterpiece of a single player game where even multiplayer fans go, hold up, this is actually really good? So I don't understand where he's coming from and why he's even saying that. I genuinely think, and again, I'm just starting a rumor here, that he sucked at the game so much, that's why he hates it. That he was just that bad at it. I mean, I've seen how he plays Overwatch 1. Boy sucked at it. Then he proceeded to shit talk the game. I don't need more reason to convince myself. People are choking on corporate over supporting an indie game.
Well, to be fair, Expedition is not even an indie game. It's a double A game. So it's like, I don't know. He just seems so off when he said that statement.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he completely lost touch with what makes a good game. That he's at this point lost the plot completely. This is why I keep on saying, do not look up to content creators, because sooner or later you have moments like this where you just go, what are you even saying? If you're an FPS player and you love ranked and competitive, more likely or not, you actually looked up to Shroud. Like I used to.
Okay? We are the minority being multiplayer gamers, but I believe we can win. I believe.
Now, to be honest, that is an interesting point, but I don't know that multiplayer gamers are the minority. I've never seen any study that suggests that it either is or is not the case, but I do know that there are a ton of multiplayer gamers out there who buy up the Call of Duty games every year, and there's a shitload of them who, to this day, keep playing their tried and true old favorites like Counter-Strike, and in my view, That seems to be the disadvantage that multiplayer gamers have in trying to rally around one game and get it to become the game of the year. The problem is,
You see, even what Dr. Disaster right now is doing, he's generalizing all multiplayer gamers under the same umbrella. He's doing the same shit what Shroud is doing. And this is what I mean by in between camp fighting. It's just this cattiness high school drama, like everyone just going at each other. It's so fucking retarded. He's doing it right now, Shroud is doing that. When the reality is that the topic should be, hey, let's actually celebrate the good games so the bad games completely disappear. Both of them are knuckleheads, and they're not thinking what they're saying.
that a lot of these guys, when they find a game that they like, they keep playing it over and over for a long ass time to the exclusion of anything new because that is what all their friends are doing. It is really hard to get people like that to wrap.
Again, not all of us are the same. I am a hardcore multiplayer gamer. Hardcore to an extreme, especially FPS games. But right now, what he's doing, he's gonna get people who like shooter games even more annoyed with how he's generalizing.
Rally around one game. So, I don't know that they actually are the minority, but they are certainly at a disadvantage.
We're not. We are 100% not the minority. 100% not. We get pandered so much.
Though, all that aside, Claire Obscure, in my view, still beats the pants off of Ark Raiders, but let's watch some more of what Shroud said.
You just need to tell everybody. I've never voted for anything ever, but I think I'm going to vote this year for this game.
Okay. Why? Awkward silence. Okay.
You didn't vote for Elden Ring? No, I've never voted ever. I mean, not like votes actually matter, dude.
Then why? Okay. So he's telling his whole community to not vote for Expedition 33. He is asking his community to go and mass vote for Ark because he wants Ark to win. But then he, after a very painful pause, tells everyone that it doesn't matter anyways. The show doesn't matter anyways. The votes don't count anyways. Then why are you doing this? That doesn't make sense. This is what I mean by this is so goofy. All it created is like the community fighting right now. Crowd is just mad his game tanked. I don't know.
All fucking awards are rigged anyway. Who cares? When have you ever seen an award?
Then why are you shit talking a game and then saying that it doesn't matter? Just for the sake of stirring some like gaming drama or something? I don't get it. Like I get they're French. I know, ew, French, but the game is still good even if it's French.
Award that's actually legit.
And that is actually a pretty fair point. As we have talked about on this channel before, these gaming award shows always come down to game journalists getting together and deciding a winner. Last year, Astrobot won the Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but Black Myth Wukong should have won it hands down, and I will pretty much guarantee that it would have if this had been a purely democratized process. But the way that it works is that 90% of the scores that each game gets at these award shows, and I'm not exaggerating here, mind you, this is the literal breakdown that they use to describe their own voting process at the Game Awards last year, but 90% of the score that each game gets comes from a small circle.
Look, do not take Game of the Year awards serious at all. Like when the show is happening, we're gonna be sitting on this channel, streaming, reacting to it, and laughing at it, same as we did last year. There was a lot. There were a lot of crash outs happening in the chat by me and Zen, but there was also the flute guy. Oh, the flute guy! Holy shit, he saved the whole show. But
Didn't he have like multiple flutes?
yeah, but it still doesn't remove the fact that why is he doing this? He's saying one thing, then he diminishes it with another thing. Then he says, I never voted anyways. It doesn't matter anyways, but also make sure not to vote for it. Make sure to push Ark. And also, multiplayer gamers are the most oppressed ones. It's stupid. It's goofy. It's silly.
Of game journalists from outlets that partner with the Game Awards, and those outlets would never have voted for Black Myth Wukong since the developers aren't any of their buddies in Western AAA gaming. And they also, that is to say, Game Science, the makers of Black Myth Wukong, they also went out of their way to shit all over Sweet Baby Inc. during the Sweet Baby controversy last year, saying that Sweet Baby had approached them with an offer to consult on their game for $7 million.
What would they even consult them on? What pronouns a monkey should have? What nail polish he should have on his tippy toes when kicking in the mythical beast? Which mythical creature to gender swap? Which mythical creature to appropriate with another nation? What would they consult them on? Sweet Baby Inc., a Canadian company, would consult a Chinese company on how to represent Chinese mythology? Okay. And the audacity asking 7 million for that. Huh. I laugh at your tiny brain. Huh.
Which developer Game Science turned down. But anyhow, the nominees for the Golden Joystick are available to vote on now, and if you look at that list there, Ark Raiders is not an option on there because it was released too late in the year. I do think, though, that the game is justifiable as one of the 6 nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. If I had to guess what the 6 nominees would be for this year, it would be Claire Obscure, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hollow Knight Silksong, Ark Raiders, Death Stranding 2, and
Well, I'll be cheering for best voice acting, Claire Obscure. Best music, Claire Obscure. Game of the year, Claire Obscure. For me, the pick is obvious from an artistic standpoint, from a musical standpoint, from a gameplay standpoint, from a designing standpoint, and from an optimization standpoint. And that's coming from someone who wakes up and spams Marvel Rivals rank while having morning coffee, because otherwise I'm gonna go through shakes and withdrawals.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ghost of Yotei was nominated as well. In fact, that game, along with Death Stranding 2, are the ones I fear the most as being astroturfed into the top spot by the game journalists. In particular, I could see the game journalists putting Ghost of Yotei into the winning spot just because they want to own the chuds and say, look, the game that you really hate was actually really popular because look here, it won the Game of the Year awards. But
Honestly, I don't even take Game Awards that serious. For me, it's just free content. The Game Awards show itself, the drama leading up to that, and the meltdowns after it, it's just like endless content for me. I love the holidays. Ho ho ho. But yeah, I wanted to go through some quotes when the whole thing sparked. Of course, we see legendary drops. We watch him quite often on this channel saying, we multiplayer gamers are the minority. In quotes. No shot, he meant that, lol. The entire industry has desperately hoarded itself in hopes of making more money from multiplayer gamers. By the way, where is this legendary drop in his videos saying no shot and that someone hoard their way into gaming? Where is this guy in his videos? I would laugh so hard if he would say that in his videos. And yeah, multiplayer gamers are the minority. And yes, you have Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, Battlefield 6, Ark Raiders, PUBG, and Rust. And that is only on Steam. You have also League of Legends, you have World of Warcraft, you have Final Fantasy 14, you have Valorant. There's a lot. Even just outside of Steam, there's still a lot. Just yesterday we were going through how many people log into World of Warcraft to this day. But yeah, that's the game of the year drama that's happening right now, sparked by Shroud. What's everyone's thoughts on it? Did he mean it? Was he just joking? What's with the backpedaling of it doesn't matter anyways if you vote or not, it's all rigged? What's everyone's thoughts?
I'm spinning in circles like a crooked thread. Dance with the chaos inside my head. I'm bouncing off walls, can't find my feet. Stumbling round in a world so sweet. The world's a carnival, a funny parade. I'm laughing through tears in a bright masquerade. Strange colors blur, but I'm still in the game. Juggling dreams, but none feel the same. Bouncing on clouds.